We were all scared. Nobody knew what COVID was or how to protect ourselves from it. We had a young birth mother who was a teenager, and her mother, they were both scared too. And so we wanted to keep everybody safe, but also be there for her and provide her for the support that she needed. So we all had lawn chairs, and we met in her yard, and we had our lawn chairs and she had hers. And we talked about what this would look like and the fear of COVID, but also the fear that she was having just as a young mom, didn't plan this, and meeting her where she was at. We talked about tablets and the hospital and adoptive parents and what we were going to do and how it could look and how we could get through this, even through COVID.
So, they come in with a backpack filled with school supplies, hopefully, if they have access to them, water, lunch, whatever they might need for their day. But then there's also a lot of them that come in with an invisible backpack. That's the extra heaviness or the load that they're carrying in that sometimes they need to take off before they can start their day. What I've noticed this school year, not only with students, but sometimes staff, is that they're coming in just feeling a little bit heavier, and we really focused a lot on their well-being and making sure that they feel supported.
Murray's community distribution is open to those in need. We distribute mom and baby items, household goods, and furniture. We're ran primarily off our volunteer groups, and we're open twice a week to just anyone that may need those items that are donated to us from our community. COVID created many challenges, and our number one priority was keeping our volunteers safe. So a good place to start was teaming up with our community partners to figure out a good way to be able to get those items to those who really need it, as well as keeping our volunteers as safe as possible.
The Marie's program of St. Elizabeth is the most helpful resource for families with young children. Over 20 of the families I worked with since the pandemic hit were able to get help there. I recall one family had a baby and another on the way. Dad had just lost his job, and a couple was so worried they could not come up with what they needed before the new baby arrived. They were able to get a crib, diapers, clothing, and more to be ready for their little one.
St. Elizabeth Catholic Charities is always looking at how we are doing things and wondering if there's something more that can be done. During the pandemic, we did not see a lot of support being offered in the area of diapers, cleaning supplies, and personal care items. With the help of Metro United Way, we'll be offering a special distribution event through Marie's this summer.
In the supported living program, we work with adults and children with developmental disabilities. We help support them in their homes and in the community, doing the things that you and I do day to day, whether it's going to the store or cleaning our kitchen or going to appointments. So the biggest struggle for my clients was the isolation that occurred because of COVID. That population tends to be isolated anyway. They had a hard time understanding why they had to change their routines. They couldn't go out to eat anymore, they couldn't go to church anymore, they couldn't go shopping or even to the doctor like they did before. And the staff worked really hard to help the clients stay safe and find different ways to support them. They help navigate the challenges of telehealth. They deliver groceries to their doorsteps since they couldn't go in. And they found activities that they might enjoy that would still be safe, and work with them to let them know that even though their routines are different right now, they're still cared for and supported by our agency.
When women call us seeking shelter, it is a last resort. They have no other place to turn to. Then when COVID hit, the whole world basically stopped, but we couldn't close our shelter. We had to stay open for the residents. House staff went above and beyond during COVID to keep our residents' environment safe and clean, and also to provide fun and social distanced activities for them while they were kind of stuck in the home. They were able to go on nature walks and plant flowers, do sidewalk art with chalk, and also even played Yahtzee within their doorways. One of our first residents that came to us during COVID was Kara.
Bye-bye. Before I came to St. Elizabeth, I was homeless, helpless, and hopeless. I knew I had to do something as soon as possible, or I'd be in the same boat for the rest of my life. I had no idea where to start or where to go. As soon as I came through their doors, I knew it was going to get a lot better. I was always scared to ask for help, but today I can say it was the best thing I ever did. Those ladies helped me find myself again. I started loving myself again. They helped me get back on track for a life worth living. Now I have a place to call my own. I have great people in my life, and most of all, I'm a great mother for my son.
So, as an agency, we've been blessed with opportunity to offer support and help people see their resiliency within them for over 40 years. Looking at this year, such a challenging year, it's a reminder how important we are to our community, how important we are as a team to one another. We've really had to go outside of our comfort zone. We've had to get uncomfortable, but seeing the aftermath of this experience, I'm really energized by it. It's been wonderful to see how strong my coworkers are, how creative they are, as a community, how we pull together. And I really believe I have a lot of hope that we're all going to be okay and we're going to get through this together.